Hollywood shock. Dakota Johnson disappears after Jamie Dornan's sensational proposal. 3 days after Jamie Dornan and Dakota Johnson's shocking proposal at the Venice Film Festival, a whole new storm of information has engulfed Hollywood. Dakota Johnson, the famous actress, style icon, and media focus after Jamie Dornan's emotional confession, has suddenly disappeared. She did not return to her hotel in Venice. She did not appear at the after-party. She did not board the plane back to Los Angeles. No one, not even her family, her manager, or Jamie, could contact her for more than 72 hours. Her phone rang but no one answered. The location was completely turned off. Those close to her said she disappeared the night after the proposal, and no one has seen Dakota Johnson since. One last night, and many open questions. The last person to see Dakota was a receptionist at the Amman Venice Hotel, where she was staying during the festival. At around 1 a.m., she left the hotel in a black robe, wearing sunglasses. No bodyguards, no assistants. She just said, "I need to breathe a little bit." Since then, no one has seen her. Several security cameras captured images of Dakota boarding a small boat, driven by an unidentified man. The boat left the dock near the Rialto Bridge and disappeared into the city's main canal. Down Triangle. Jamie Dornan, the man who broke down. At a hastily arranged press conference in London, Jamie appeared weary and with dark circles under his eyes. "I don't know what's going on. The last time I spoke to Dakota was when she hugged me after the proposal. She said, 'Give me some time.' And then, she disappeared." His voice broke. "I just hope she's okay. Please, if anyone knows where Dakota is, let her contact us." Theories are starting to emerge. When a global star disappears amid the media frenzy, all sorts of theories are put forward. 1. Did she withdraw because she was afraid of commitment? Many psychologists believe that Dakota, who is usually private and independent, may have been pressured by the public proposal. Being thrust into the public eye may have made her feel out of control and choose to disappear temporarily. "Maybe she's somewhere safe, but not ready to face it," one journalist commented. 2. A kidnapping. Dakota's complete silence has many people thinking the worst. Although there was no ransom demand, no sign of violence, her disappearance without a trace has the media asking, is there a dark hand behind it? 3. A cleverly orchestrated PR campaign. Some skeptics believe it's all a scenario. A perfect media game to promote the new 50 Shades documentary. However, those close to Dakota deny this, affirming that she never uses personal events to attract media attention. The last clue. A maid at the hotel revealed, in Dakota's room, no suitcase had been taken. Everything was intact: her evening gown, her extra phone, her upcoming movie script, even her personal notebook. However, there was one strange detail. An old photo was left on the table, face down. When turned over, it was a photo of Dakota and Jamie, taken behind the scenes of 50 Shades 1, both smiling brightly, their eyes seemingly not belonging to acting. On the back of the photo, a handwritten line read, "If I disappear, it's probably because I can't live pretending anymore." The last trace trip. Jamie Dornan couldn't wait any longer. 3 days passed like hell. The press swarmed. Dakota's manager refused to speak to the press. Her family was silent. The media began to speculate about kidnapping, suicide, even insanity. But Jamie knew Dakota wasn't weak enough to run away because she was afraid of love. There was something deeper, darker, and he had to find out. Magnifying glass clue on a blurred paper. He returned to Venice alone, to the room Dakota had stayed in at the Amman Hotel. He asked to see her personal belongings. Everything was still there. When he opened her notebook, among the blank pages, there was a torn, crumpled piece of paper, and a water stain smeared across the writing. Still, the first line was readable. There are memories that cannot be buried. There are scars that never heal, even under makeup and fake smiles. Underneath the words, there was only a place name written in red ink, Isola di San Michele. Jamie felt a chill run down his spine. The island of the cemetery, Isola di San Michele, was a small island in Venice, known as the Island of the Dead, the city's largest cemetery. There were no hotels, no people, just churches, mausoleums, and the sea breeze. Jamie hired a boat to the island the next morning. The boatman looked at him with concern. No one goes there unless they want to cry, or run away. He walked between the rows of ancient stone monuments, his heart pounding as if something were about to break. No one greeted him, not a soul. But suddenly, at the end of the stone path, beside a moss-covered wall, he saw a small notebook sitting on a stone pedestal, as if someone had just set it down. Jamie opened it with a trembling hand. The first page was an old Polaroid, not a film photo, but a behind-the-scenes photo. It was Dakota, and a man he didn't know. They were sitting close together in the darkness, their eyes wordless. Beneath the photo, a line written in Dakota's handwriting: "He was the first person to make me aware of myself. But also the first person to make me disappear from myself, the truth in the dark." Jamie finds out the identity of the man in the photo thanks to a clue: John L. Maddox, an American independent director who worked with Dakota on a short film in 2013 before she became famous with 50 Shades of Grey. But John Maddox has been missing since 2014, nowhere to be found. Jamie follows old files, rumors, and comments scattered on underground film forums. Finally, he finds an old photographer named Matteo, who lived with John for a few months. Matteo shows Jamie an old video, a studio audition scene. Jamie is stunned. In the video, Dakota, then about 23, is performing an emotional scene. But after the scene, the camera continues rolling. John, the director, enters the frame. He strokes her hair, almost whispering, "You are mine. No director loves a character like I love you." Jamie closed her laptop. Fire an old scar. Dakota had never told. Never revealed. No one knew. But now Jamie understood. His proposal had not only awakened feelings, but also rekindled an old nightmare. Dakota had loved someone, blindly. And perhaps been taken advantage of. Perhaps deeply hurt. She had lost herself in that love. And now, when he appeared, with a promise of eternal love, she was afraid. Afraid of love. Afraid of being possessed. Afraid of herself. A letter to the 1WHO comment after. Jamie returned to Venice, her heart heavy. That night, at the hotel room where she'd stayed, the receptionist knocked on the door, bearing an envelope addressed to Jamie, with no return address. He opened it. It was Dakota's handwriting. "Jamie, I'm sorry I disappeared. Not for you. For me. You gave me pure love, but I saw in it the shadow of what I'd lost. I couldn't say yes to you when I was still haunted by the past. I'd lived my whole life acting, smiling, wearing dresses and answering questions like I wasn't shaking inside. For the first time, I wanted to be real with you. But to do that, I had to find myself first. I wasn't missing, I was just looking for a way back. Asterisk. D. Open end. Does every search end with a hug?" Jamie folded the letter. He sat silently staring out the window, where the lights of Venice reflected off the water like flickering memories. He didn't know when she would return. Maybe weeks, maybe months, maybe never. But for the first time in his life, he was willing to wait, not for a yes, but for a girl learning to forgive herself.